Yes.
I know you're going to be addressing short sales, I think, a little bit, but as part of that, maybe you could speak to what Chase is doing to offer incentives to borrowers to short sell their home.
Okay. So
There's that going out there, kind of a chunk of
great
change.
question. So there are some new programs. So in regards to the short sale, so when we review somebody for the short sale option, they've typically been denied because the first thing is to keep them in their home. But the second, obviously, and if they haven't qualified for repayment or forbearance plan to keep them in their home, we go to short sale. And so when someone goes for a short sale, so through our centers, we do what we call we do a warm transfer to our short sale department. The one thing we do require is that a borrower, we try to educate them. Hey, we tell them about the process. You need a realtor. Without it, the people that set up the short sales, without a listing agreement, obviously you can't get into a short sale. So we educate the borrowers on going out, hiring a realtor, and getting the listing agreement and faxing it into our what we call our list assist department, which is part of our short sale department. And once they do that, then it's kind of we're trying to streamline the process because we all know that that short sale process, dealing with the asset managers and all that. I'm sure you all have war stories about that. The whole point of it is to try to make it as streamlined as possible, but incentive-wise. So to your point, when somebody gets referred to our short sale department, they automatically review them first and foremost for HAFA, the Home Affordable Foreclosure Avoidance program. And HAFA, if you don't know, you get $3,000 cash back. But more importantly, they waive the 1099 that borrower is going to receive for the deficiency on the loan. So if you get foreclosed on or you short sell your home, your borrower is going to receive a 1099 for the deficiency on the loan. So part of HAFA, they waive it. So the tax liability, is gone. There are programs that are paying people as much as, last I heard, $20,000.
I've seen 25.
Yeah. See, 30. I've seen through ours, 20.
In Chase, that was the Chase deal.
And so I personally haven't seen that, but 25. But I've seen the 20, and it's basically the cash for keys. I mean, what better motivator for somebody to move out of their house and go through short sale? So, but there are the cash incentives, but first they review people for HAFA, and if they don't fall under the HAFA guidelines, and basically HAFA has three major guidelines. One, that it had been owner occupied. Two, what was it? Kind of lost me there for a second. Pre-January 1st, 2009, and they had to have applied for the HAMP. So they had to be reviewed for a modification, but either declined or they turned it down, and then they can qualify for a HAFA type program. And so if they don't qualify for HAFA, then they go into what we call BAU, the business as usual channel, and they get reviewed for a regular short sale. That's not HAFA.
So at this point, we're several months down the road.
Well, so we have people that are denied today, and we can get them, we'll open up a short sale, what we call a short sale template for them tomorrow by doing the warm transfer. And so the people have been prepared. I mean, most of our borrowers are prepared. I mean, they have no misconceptions of what's going on. So they've researched, and they've gone out and researched the realtor and got their listing agreement, and bam, we faxed it in, and the short sale process begins, and hopefully it has a good outcome. Yes.
Were those just your HAPA guidelines? You just said owner occupied pre-January 2009 must have applied or at least attended the HAP.
Yes.
Is it a bank's option to offer HAPA? I mean, in other words, do you have to sign up for a program with the federal government, or is it something that?
It's something. So he's asking if it's the bank. No,
I've had a couple banks that have declined and saying that we don't participate in that program.
Oh, okay. Yes. It's investor specific. So whoever the investor is, they don't have to. And for the life of me, I don't understand why, but that's not for me to say. But, yeah, they
True.
can, they don't, a bank is not required to follow HAMP. Actually, a bank is not required to modify your loan period if we don't want to, or if we, but we know that with the severity of the market, it's in our best interest always to modify or to avoid foreclosure, basically. So, yes.
You may have said it and I possibly missed it, but what did you say the determining factor is for a person to get the incentive of the higher amount, higher than the 3,000, the 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 that you referred to?
That's programs and investor specific. I mean, I don't know the exact guidelines, what will get the borrower
But how
the
would
higher
the
cash.
client know that? How would they know whether they qualify or not?
When they're offered
So-
to ask
Yeah, they get a letter.
So-
Yeah, they'll get a letter.
So when they get the offer in, they'll get a letter, and then so once you get the letter, it does go through, like an underwriter, and and it goes through and they review them, and if it's part of what the investor can offer, then they'll do it. Yes.
When you put your clients through the short sale program, you do the warrant transfer,
Mhm.
how long does it take before, do you guys send people to do BPOs or appraisals? How long is it before you approve the amount that you will accept for the short sale will accept?
Well,
Obviously, approved short sales go quicker and people are more apt to stay in them.
did everyone hear that question? How long does it take once you set? So basically, that depends. I'm not part of the short sale department, but from what I can see, so say you get the offer, typically I think you need to get the offer in first before we'll make a determination. Then they order the BPO. They're trying to do the BPOs within that 30-day window because we know that time is of the essence. So.
Well, my question is why don't you do that process before you get an offer to purchase, so you know what the market will bear, would you speed up the process? I mean, usually
Well-
99% of the time, the first offer on a property, a short sale does not go through.
So, I can't be as specific because I don't work for short sale, but I will say this, that the market conditions are so severe that a BPO is only good for generally 90 days. So, who knows when the offer will come in on the house, however long it's been sitting on the market. So, to be within that 90-day time frame, they typically wait till you get the offer in to do that. I mean, I know it doesn't make sense, and it could be more proactive, but I'm being as candid with you as I can.
Well, I appreciate that, but it should be more proactive.
Yeah,
I have a
but
question for you. It's actually regarding active duty military. I have a second that's in progress with Chase that was due to be approved.
okay,
And on Thursday of last week, they moved it to a specialist negotiator who is now sending them out to the Treasury Department for approval. And she told me that all the loss mitigation, all the modifications were being handled for active duty military the same way. What do you?
so that's part of the SCRA, the old Soldiers and Sailors Act. So there's been press around some unfortunate incidents that happened with Chase and some active military members. So,
Is it just Chase?
it's supposed to be, so anyone that's on active military, that's on active duty falls under the SCRA. And they basically get special handling because they are active duty. And it goes through a specialist that handles in that department. So like anytime we get someone that's active duty, we do refer them to a specialist because there are protections that are afforded to somebody that's in active duty and in a war zone. So it goes through that.
And how new or old is that? Because they knew that these people were military almost.
Well, they may have been where there's a lot of different things, but SCRA originated back around the First World War, and then it got updated to today's standards. So 1940, and then again in 2003, and now. So we are running out of time. I hope I've answered a lot of your questions, and if you could please, I will get people's business cards and we'll email out any information about the centers. And I'm sorry.
You're a brave soul to get up there.
Well, thanks for, you guys were actually kind, I was waiting for it. I brought like a raincoat. So,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
Sounds like this is a